All right. This time with feeling. Hopefully it won't crash my Discord again. That's very annoying. I don't like that. Please don't do that. You're a fun game when you work. Alright, we're past that gauntlet. Imagine if it turns out Streamlabs with the cause of this. I'm sure it's part of it. It seems to run fine when I'm not streaming, so I don't know. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Will the continue button work? Alright, we're fine. We're cool. Alright, he's gone. First we shower. Actually, wait. How do we wash off the death smell? Can't interact with the bath. In your room, the world interacts. Yeah, I can. Ah, here we are. I have to read the log apparently. This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Ah, soap's come smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you. Ooh, karaoke. Yeah, we still have to find that. Find yourself a bath. Water is only lukewarm but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks like sad duckies. Feel nice and lonely. I'm so tired. Take the cans out. Now you're alone with your thoughts in the tub, but it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub. Not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations, none of them acute enough to focus on. Fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whorls as the water cools. Sorry. Alright. I'm okay. What are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking aquarium. Time to get moving. Imagine something. You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take much more than one bath to get rid of that stench. Then, housed along a narrow street, a video rental, darkness on the planet's curvature. Get out. Waterline recedes, you stand, you are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin. Will dry off, dude. Alright, time to commit crime. The lieutenant is gone, we can commit crimes now. I don't think there's anything I want to... Actually, I want to... I'll get that fucking expression off, so... Electrochemistry 5. Have that. Those boots. They're mine. Alright, just me and you. Let's get these gloves. I think we're gonna need them. As a cop, we love crime. Exactly. Bear's eyes are still glowing red. Yada yada yada. Try to remove the red man's boots. The body is reluctant to let go of the boots as though they're the last bit of dignity. You're gonna need to summon all your strength for this undertaking. Whatever you're planning to do, you need to do it before you catch pneumonia and the cold draft coming from deep inside the fridge. That was because I'm wet still. Pull on the right boot. It's not completely useless, so you're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot. On the left boot. Feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or two. See, this corpse doesn't care if you try to take his boots. He doesn't need them. He's probably glad to get rid of them. He's too heavy to move by yourself, a great mass of dead muscles with hoarfrost covering his milky eyes. Try to twist the boots off. Yeah. This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off with nasty slices of polymer sock stuck to even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh. Takes stock of the damage. Not good. Let's pin this on the bear. The ice bear tore up his legs with its claws. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you have cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly. Yes, these absolutely need to be washed before. The stink is incredible. Didn't the whirling have a kitchen? Alright, boots acquired. We can now safely send the body to processing. But we should probably finish cleaning these boots before Kim sees us again. I think as long as we don't put the boots on and then tell him about that we stole the boots directly, it doesn't actually affect our reputation. At least that's what I read. Jay's acquired. What's over here? Money? Money! I want to buy those pants from Tino. This industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hungry, hostile guests. There are several pots and pans on hand. Check out the cookware. Commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large. Gigantic, even. Could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city. Also to boil a putrid pair of death boots. Cleaning supplies. There's a variety of soaps and bleach in the cabinet to the left of the stove. Also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge. This is going to take the hard stuff, too. Use as much as you can. It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now. The boots are really disgusting. Pour some dish soap and the bottle of white vinegar into the pot. The delicious smells of cheap soap and vinegar waft up from the pot. So much phlegm in my throat. Alright, now chef, light up the stove and boil them. Add the water and the boots to the pot, bring it all to a nice boil. The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil. Wait. Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface. Beautiful. 2-course diameter of rotting flesh and hard ceramic. Wait some more. The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too. Just like a beef stew. A little more. That's it, chef. Boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam dense with the smell of strange meat disappears into the vent above the stove. Dump the socks and flesh stew and examine your new boots. Pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect. Yes. Ooh, yeah. +2 authority. I'm not putting those on, though. I don't want to risk it. This is my secret. Alright, what are the things that I want to do without Kim? I forget, it won't be a big deal because I know I'm gonna have to send him away later. But looking forward to the karaoke. Yeah, the karaoke's pretty good. I still don't know, where do you find the tape? We're supposed to find a sad song on tape, but I don't know where we find that. Hello, does. You're back. Good. She looks at the ripples on the water's surface. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see. She pats her wet raincoat. All around you, rain keeps falling down on the wooden board she's standing on and on the water around you. Neither do I. Very rugged, she nods in approval. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day, right? He asked me to deliver an envelope. Sounds like he has you running errands, detective. A well-established dominance ritual, she thinks. Where do you have you deliver it? To a nameless settlement down the coast nearby. Yes, I've been meaning to go there. She looks over the bay. It's longing. Clear and simple longing. Strange. Why does she want to go there? You're fond of this village, aren't you? It should be. She nods. There's that crooked smile again. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in a Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another. You been to Martinez before? Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... She smiles. Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not. Sounds like you missed those times. Not overly so. It sounded like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from the Ozon with our shiny boats like reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast as the coalition landed in '08. Imagine. She tossed her head. She's sentimental, alright. You don't know enough about her to find out why exactly. She'll keep her secrets for now. He wants to build a youth center here for the children of Martinez. A youth senator with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Her eyes went across the water remorsefully. Go ahead, help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him. So you're sad you can't buy the place? Yes, I'm sad I will never have the time, detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village. It's more defensive about it than usual. Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has Aaron yielded you any information? They helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. Did you now? She's intrigued, if a little confused. What sort of borscht is he making? The cook makes it to keep the strikers drunk. Helps them strike. The strike brew. She nods. That's a classic. If I turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it? Nope, you misunderstood. I turned the knob like this. Turn the heat down. Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down for the sake of our professional relationship. That's what I meant, yes. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I think my intelligence might be, actually no, it's only 2. I don't think so. If your intelligence is too high, this doesn't really work out the way I want it to. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Oh, her eyes become large and round. That's so helpful of him. So very helpful. She repeats, and how's that going? Do you have any leads in that gun? Actually, hang on. Let me explain these ones. Mr. Everard says it's almost ready to be found soon. Did he now? Her eyes narrow. Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway, was there anything else you've heard? Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Yes, as you said. She looks confused for a moment. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Your gun, yes. Do you want to talk about something else now? Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. He seems to be in some sort of loop. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Well, that's not good. Looks fine over here. You sure it's not some sort of glandular problem? Hold on a sec. What is happening? No, it's not that. I have no idea. This is bad. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. The executive function is completely shot. I keep pushing buttons and nothing's happening. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Sweetheart, please stop repeating that now. Her eyes look worried, frightened even. This is going to be hard to recover from. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Please. She looks around. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. How do we get out of here? What makes you think we will? Yeah, we need to pull the plug. There's nothing else to do. You're not afraid it'll kill him? Physically, he should be fine. Or at least no worse than usual. What if he forgets everything again? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Well, that hurt slightly. Detective, is everything alright in there? I'm great. Are you alright? I'm much better now that you're back. He seems to be caught in some sort of loop. Loop? Never mind the details. We waste enough time as it is. What matters is you seem to have got out of it. Now please, ask me something else before it happens again. Something that preferably doesn't include the words Mr. or Everard. Okay. Literally all I wanted to do here. If you do that with Kim present, it lowers your reputation, so... Dude, this is still so low, even with these modifiers. Kim also saves you from it, yeah. Fancy gloves again. Got any more for half-light? I think we're gonna want that. That takes away half-light. No. Just the gloves. I think there's a half-light check on day 3. That we're gonna want to do. He's still guarding the button at night, my god. Oh, at least Banana's gone. Guy's asleep there. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we're good. Just in case, though. The bed is still cold from the broken window and not too inviting, but it's yours. You've earned it. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep. I paid for the damage, they don't even fix it. Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away, but you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. Why? It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety, but you cannot because of the pain. There's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. That's your kidneys. You've really been compounding the damage lately. I haven't even been drinking for like 2 days. I guess it's not really enough when you've been drinking for 3 days straight. But every cell in your body's moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you? This body's worthless anyway. No one does anything nice to it. Why might that be the case? What love alights on such a bloated corpse to be? I'm an artist and liver damage is my art. Oh yeah, baby. Frame your suffering as a masterpiece. Only one problem. No one's watching. It's boring, buddy. Boring as death. You're just stuck here in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Human beings will always betray you. How many promises have you kept lately, Sir Harry? I mean, I'm a human being, so... To the great see-through world, the tenderness... Thou art honorable and just, sire. 'Tis the snakes who are vile, hissing in the grass. Women. It's the women. Look out for the women. They're oath breakers. Come now. Humans have earned your trust, and you theirs. What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights. Blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts? You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you. Let it. Let it. But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll. Another beautiful day. Come on. Up and at him, Harry. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Shake it off. Shake it off. There we go. Let's go expressioning. Woo. Alright, you son of a bitch. Recited the poem, Tommy. It's still low. Like, hold on. I know I have more gear. I should wear 2 pairs of pants. Wear the racist robe. Fantastic. Doing it for the buff, okay? Alright, that's better. Ah! I still love that this is just a worse version of this. Oh wait, no. It's a fucking jacket, that's why, okay. I keep forgetting. Close the door. Honor clock closes the door. Who are these two? You look like shit. Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses. Haven't I seen you somewhere? I don't mean that as a metaphor. The culturally sensitive outfit gives plus drama, which makes it great for karaoke. Great. Good to know. Where do I find the tape? I don't. Am I missing it somewhere? Is it like a day 3 thing? Is it in the fishing village? Is that where you find it? I think so. Looks don't matter. It's what's on the inside that does. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going by here. Come on, Gene. The woman next to him sighs. Looks like it's been a rough week on him. Okay, well, he just said his fucking name. It's not just this week. He scans it from head to toe. What do you want? There's something about this guy that matches with the face in your head. A similar but different face. Yeah, come on. Yeah, you know what it is, just like the two of you know each other. Just ask him. Tell me the truth. Do you know me from somewhere? Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere. Another life. Okay, that's if you pass the check. Okay, from where? From another life? Yes, from another life, a different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the. He pauses. To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? 69. No, I'm not saying that. Oh my god. 41st. Okay. The man sounds genuinely excited. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. He adds you. Not nice. He gives you a long, meaningful look and adds. I think if you actually pick that option, everyone reacts entirely realistically. Somewhere good. Got some questions for you. I'm a cop. About what? You don't look like a cop. He expects you. You know what you look like? Like a megastar? Yes, you know, the superstar cop, of course. This again. He didn't answer your question. Now will you answer some questions for me? No, he says calmly, then just keeps staring at you. Why not? This is not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? If you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say things. Actually, I don't want to hear you say things. Come on, Gene. Okay, say things. He adopts a later tone. I want to hear you say things. Hear that? He wants to hear you say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a case-related thing started popping into your head. Okay, I'm doing this investigation. It turns out he was shot and hanged. I think he was hanged as a cover-up to hide the shooting? Basically, yes. Okay, well. He corrects his blonde wig. His hair. He corrects his hair. Hey, why am I telling you this? I don't know. Why are you? He gives you an odd look. Oh my god, there's more. He looks at you in disbelief. You want something more. What is it? Let's talk more about the hypothetical Station 41 you mentioned. Oh, the hypothetical 4-1. Yeah, let's fantasize about that. He blinks aggressively. I'm not busy. You're not busy. Let's just play around. So what would our relationship be in this alternate universe? Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? Kim's cooler than you. I'm sure he's fucking flattered, but Kim is not part of this thought experiment. In this one, we're partners. The lieutenant is silent. You know you like that compliment. You seem like a bit of a drag. No offense, but I could do better. None taken, my friend, none taken. He waves his hands. Let's be honest, there's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary station in regards to who would even be worthy of your partnership. The conclusion that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit. He nods equally along. Anyone else would just slow you down. Do you have a crime to solve? Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other, better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work. This isn't helping, she says, shaking her head and looking at the man with sunglasses disapprovingly. Who else is in our imaginary police station? You're not going to believe this, but... The man paused for dramatic effect. Police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and, get this, and not getting their drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lung. Who is the far-out son of Lung? Oh, it's you eccentric genius. He winks at you sarcastically. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Want to tell me more about him or her? Not even a little bit. It's an urban myth, the lieutenant says it quietly. About an officer who's so far undercover he can't remember who he is. And as I said, he's just an urban myth. You're not the son of Lung. He's trying to protect you from further rough handling dished out by the sunglassed man. Can't imagine anymore. Neither can I, partner. Neither can I. His gray eyes suddenly flash above the glass frames. They feel sad. It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness. Kim, who is this guy? He shakes his head. I'm not getting involved in this. It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder, he just doesn't recognize them. Okay, there's nothing new there. I haven't seen you around. Watch out for yourself, loser. Voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station or reporting your badge missing? Hey, your voice. I recognize it. Oh, really? I wonder where. I lost my badge recently. When I called you in to report it missing, you were there. That's where you remember me from. Maybe. Okay, then. It's probably a coincidence. People sound alike. Goodbye. Asshole. Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? I know, super weird. There's something we're missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at, but still. I was thinking the same thing. I just asked him if we're from the same station. Just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though. Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police station? I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What do you say? Okay. Okay. John, he said okay, give it a rest. Okay, I was clearly wrong. He's a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again. Damn. We really don't recognize him. A woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you. I'd really prefer not to talk to you right now. Patrol officer is the lowest rank on the RCM below lieutenant and sergeant. Hold on, you're a patrol officer at the RCM? Yes, she nods, I am. On a murder investigation, are you the cavalry? I'm definitely not the cavalry. Is everything alright? Why don't you want to talk to me? I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? Why is your name Horseface Woman? I'm a deeply flawed individual, but I bring joy to the world. Do you now? She asks, narrowing her eyes. After a moment, she shakes her head. Okay, fine, let's talk. What do you want? So what precinct are you from? What precinct? She just sighs. Am I from? God, he doesn't know. Fucking deranged lunatic. The sunglasses wearing man pushes through his teeth. Look, something is really bugging me. Are we or are we not from the same police station? God damn it, you leave her alone. The man with sunglasses snaps at you. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake. Can I actually help you with something? She looks at you apologetically. Yes, of course, preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible. Are you with him? Of course I'm with him. She's startled by her own tone. Why do you ask? He seems like a cool guy. Well, he's not, the man interjects, his voice is stern. He's a sack of shit barely kept together by crazy glue, but at least he tries, unlike you. Please. She looks at you, then him, then you again. Let's not turn this into another exchange, okay? Okay, goodbye. Yeah, I gotta ask this. What did your preliminary information say about it before you came here? Like a brief? Do you want me to brief you? Brief, that sounds good, yes. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the whirling in rags in a hostel cafeteria. So that's Kaji, obviously. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There's an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistic company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Why didn't we know anything about the caller? Oof. They, Clausy, as we've come to suspect, didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dockworkers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. Can't allow that. So our job is to find the killer. That's right. Oh, it's you again. Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. There he is again, the smoke on the balcony, right here in the whirling in rags. Hello. Hello, hello. So what brings you here? What are you doing here? Admiring the atmosphere. He smiles. What about you, officer? I live here. My room is right upstairs. Convenient. He nods. What are you doing here talking to me? Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime. Oh, yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building asking questions. Sorry. What'd you tell him? Nothing. I didn't see anything. And he believed you? Why shouldn't he? Did you tell him about your friend? He takes another drag of a cigarette before knitting his brows. What friend? Your Sunday friend, the witness. No, I don't think it came up. What did he look like? Muscular, handsome, he shrugs nonchalantly, strong like one of those military types. Was he alone? Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. His earpiece? Yes, you know, those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear. What was he saying? He was reporting back whatever I was telling him. Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits? Well, let me think. Turns his eyes upward in recollection. He had an accent. He sounded like one of the mercenaries. Sounded vaguely Oranese. He closed his eyes. No, not vaguely. Scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Thank you. I met your Sunday friend. You did? Smile adorned his face. And how did you like him? I didn't. He's a government official. I don't trust governments. Ah, shoot. Why not? Who is he? A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He smiles, and his smile seems melancholic. He can always return. Return where? To his opportunities in the Occident. Sur la clef. Still. He breathes in and keeps his lungs filled for a moment before letting it out. His coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know. He stares at the bar. Do I get any more composure bonuses? I love how this adds logic for some reason. Okay. I don't think I'll re-roll this, but... Ah! Could he be a member of the homosexual underground? Yes, this man is definitely one of the homos. I've seen them homos with my own eyes. This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around and become involved. Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up. Are you part of the homosexual underground? The homosexual underground, the soaker sips out immediately, his eyes wide with amused surprise. A honeyed smile lingers on his lips. I know what you are. Yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're part of. Oh, it's a pleasure group, a sub-rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night, sometimes even Friday night. What about Thursday night? Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life. He lowers his voice conspiratorially and looks around. Why do you convene? What do you do? Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Never shall have to hold on to, the true symbols of security, the meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities, just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore. Does that have anything to do with disco? Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. The gay agenda. We're gonna change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. He wiggles his hands. And with mysteries, of course. The mysteries are also of sexual nature. Very esoteric. I do like disco. Maybe I should get into it. You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it. What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life aside from the fact that I like disco? Beautiful. The smoker crawls up to you like an animal preparing to jump. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows? Maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed. He circles his hands around you. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look. I don't understand what's going on here. This is gonna be like a 20-hour mind project for me. 20 hours at least. Absolutely wonderful. Oh God. So, streamer thoughts: 5 XP for considering homosexuality. That's all we're worth. Are you kidding me? Oh man. Bye bye, Shindanmi. Okay, who? Homosexual Underground. You see mysterious strangers in the night, leaning against unlit doorways, engaged in hushed conversation. A shadowy cabal exchanging looks, whispering in dark alleys and unmarked locales. A radical cell conspiring against the state, and perhaps even against man and woman. Was that a secret handshake? What's going on? Who are these secretive people? How will they accomplish their sinister and world-altering goals? And most importantly, are you one of them? You could be. Maybe you forgot. 8 hours? Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that thought gives you absolutely nothing, so I'm not going to do it. I like to imagine that it used to be 20 hours, and then they were like, that's too long. Yeah, let's just make it 8 hours. Wow, dude. Nope. She's still ain't open. Oh wait, I forgot to take my hat off. Ah, damn it. That's probably why. Actually. No, I'd have to do the whole fucking conversation again. I don't want to do that. Isn't the water lock supposed to go up now? Should be able to go further down south, I think. Over here. Yeah, over here. A couple of indicator lights are missing from the control panel. Loose wires dangle from now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever, beneath it a small metal plaque. Could this be why Morel hasn't returned to Lena? So the coast is closed off. This may be why Lena's husband Morel, the cryptozoologist, hasn't returned. Looks like it, yes. I should probably go tell Lena and take a load off her mind. She's quite worried. Grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk, then the water lock starts moving. Okay, the lieutenant looks across the canal. If you ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way, but please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked now with everything that's going on. Focus on one thing, achieve it, then the next. He thinks that's the task chain. Traffic beyond the gate, more abandoned motor lorries. No entry with an inverted star on it, of course. Commies. Oh, that's my car. Dented stainless steel canister for transporting, storing heavy fuel oil. A logo on its side has been partially stripped over years of use. The government issued red dyed fuel oil inside looks like paint, though it smells much, much worse. A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there in the icy water. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading. This is where the tire tracks on the plaza were leading to. Appears to be so. The lieutenant has a peculiar look in his eyes as he inspects the wreckage. Let's investigate. I agree, the lieutenant replies. His eyes never leave the sunken vehicle. We should definitely investigate. You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea. Run your hand over the cold metal. The motor carriage is properly stuck on the ice. Getting out will require a team of specialists. Snegus MC, can I see a logo? The logo is too deep in the murky water, but you can't make it out. But you do see a monkfish float by. Well, well, well. Looks like Jacob Er's journey came to an abrupt end here. No, this is serious. Yes, quite. The lieutenant seems to be inspecting you more closely than the motor carriage. How long has it been here? The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. He leans forward to peek into the cold water. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday. The estimate isn't correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening. What should we do? Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside. Great idea. Then we can get things inside. The joyride must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket? A joyrider jacket. I feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyrider's district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would. How long will it take for the low tide to come in? I don't know, an hour or two tops. I need to get water, hold on. Alright. As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. Whistle a tune. Yikes. Spit flies from your mouth to your mustache, your chest to the ground before you. No sound, though. Raining heavily each year, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit? Lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles, quickly turns away. I'd like to see you trying this, bloody wind. With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful melodic trill that puts even the insolent thrush to shame. Jesus Christ, dude. Alright. You hear the sound echo on a large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky and suddenly you just feel better about everything. Clouds pass in the sky and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion. Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches? Well, the lieutenant rubs his chin. Historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments. He actually considers it. Clouds on the horizon grow darker and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass. If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose? Luckily, I'm already a member of an independent organization, and therefore I do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place. But if someone puts a gun to your head, your voice echoes in the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass. Can you make out the mark now? Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri Model 40. His eyes turn to you. It's a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices. Pause to think. Firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people. Is that a number on the side? Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for? Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle? Apparently you can't read. The street racer's quite the ladies, man. Looks like the factory made a mistake and actually called this one the Capri 41. Stupid factory. Oh god, no. Sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry. 41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach and the most terrible feeling overcomes you. You feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing. Your hands get clammy and the air takes sour to breathe. Oh god, Harry. Oh god, Harry. What did you do? No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry. No. No. Oh my god, it's mine. I drove my car to the sea. Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it so we can start dealing with this. No, I mean seriously, it's just a coincidence. Lieutenant just checks his head. Oh my god, it's mine. I drove my car to the sea. Well, I'm afraid so, yes. Looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal. Maybe I was in pursuit of someone? Of whom? The lieutenant looks skeptical. I don't think so. If anything, you're probably drunk. Probably? Try definitely. How do we get it out? Detective, he says almost gently. We don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. Is this just gonna be like that? I'm afraid it'll have to be there like that for many years. He looks around. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable. But overall, this machine is a write-off. can still fix it. It's very unlikely, the lieutenant replies with a sigh. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and the brake system as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. He shakes his head. In a few months, there'll be nothing but rust left in this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 riel, but in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than to try to refurbish this. People are going to be angry at me, aren't they? In Precinct 41. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. He's avoiding your gaze now. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my canina. This was 20% of the station's vehicle budget? They're not going to take me back after this, are they? People are more valuable than machines. He's trying to cheer you up now. Training a police officer is even more costly. People, yes, but not you. The badge, the gun, and now this. Lieutenant adjusts his glass and doesn't say anything. There's a 4th thing you've lost. A 4th thing? More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas. Well, at least I can see what's in there now. Yes, let's go take a look. Okay, we can get a new thought. Which one do we do? I'm not gonna touch that just yet, actually. I still don't know what some of those thoughts do. Oh, here's my badge. And my jacket. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That's fly. Doesn't go with the hat though. Hold on. No. No. Looking fresh. Thick blue paper with a... Oh god, look at us. With a piece of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see a man stare back at you. A younger version of you. Already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside. Police badge on which you see a photo of a man of a man. You. Some seaweed stuck to the back. I found my badge. At least something good came out of all this. The lieutenant glanced at your badge in your hand. Study the badge. Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information, and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner of your precinct. Photo. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. The badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. Good choice. A newer photo would look different. How old? 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. He's winking? Why? Why do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression that looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. Looks better on him because he isn't as much pain while producing as you are now. There's already a hint of that pain, certainly. Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun. Imagine your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of... Name Harry DuBois? Harrier. That's a long name for Harry. So you are Harry, he thinks. Everett was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry DuBois didn't. Why am I pronouncing it wrong? Dubois. Wait, what kind of name is Harrier? It's a wartime name, revolutionary, the kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide. It's meant to keep you safe. From bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse. Harry Dubois it is then. Dubois it is then. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harry Dubois. He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you and detective when he's not. That's good to know, actually. The badge in your hand shines. You rotate. Rank LTN 2JFR. Lieutenant W. Fredor. What's Lieutenant W. Fredor? Lieutenant is a rank above sergeant, below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I'm a lieutenant. And W. Fredor? Title of your Fredor is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you double your Fredor. Declined. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you and your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant. Heavy-duty case-solving machine. Well, Eric was drunk. Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this means me to believe that your current situation is only temporary. I don't want to get better, I want to get worse now. Thanks, that gives me hope. Good, he says with a quick smile. What's a decomptage? Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down into twos. The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the Revolution, which in turn was developed by the last century experimental psychologists at the University of Königstein. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then are the patrol officers, and then sergeants, lieutenants, and then captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks. What kinks? Kings like satellite officers and the additional freighter rank I already mentioned. Oh man, so we're very qualified. Yes, we are. The long and short of it is, you're his superior. Wait, satellite officers? You're given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with them. You don't seem to be a satellite. So you've been putting up with me because we're the same rank? No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you're doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea, he smiles encouragingly, and now we've even found your badge. He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it. Serial. This is the serial number, Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure. Date of issue. 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then. The pain in your chest tells you you were working with yourself to death to earn that rank. Case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death mark really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you're sure. Remember that time. The tie around your neck feels tight suddenly. That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up. Precinct 41? Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. That 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is... what? I forgot a quotation mark there. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. It's no wonder you are like what you are, he thinks. But then again, faint smile, it's a legendary district. And a hell of a station, too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdayev, Roberts, Furbeck, Demetri. Suddenly names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him, ask yourself. Ooh, a bow tie. Oh, I have to replace my tie. No way. Pad. These are some wonderfully regular pants, not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend in right as some pleasant dinner party. I like regular, normal things. I know you do. These inter-isolated pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in the other regions. No one would call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy, a little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense, this is what wearing boring office trousers does to you. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinet. You must be mistaken, I'm a real radical. Of course, a radical centrist. In these bright and loud times where 1,000 frequencies drown one another out, sober thinking is a radical act. It's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. First, where is this kingdom of conscience? It's not a place, it's a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. How do you bring about your circumstances? Incrementally. Yawn, you get there fast with a little speed. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. What about all the things that are wrong now? Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse to not keep working. What rationality? What sang-froid? What benevolence? What a fucking joke. It is really about doing things, just preserving the status quo. Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed? Yeah, actually. Then you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress. You know what? That is fair. Even if you're not making it better, you can keep it from getting worse, and that's something. What's the kingdom of conscience actually like? The kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national, it's also post-industrial, post-ideological, even post-sexually. Sounds incredible. Hold on, Z. Let's go there right now. Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromise and taking things slow? Alright, then let's get there eventually. That's right, remember, real democracy is around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we're all going to be so much happier. Heartache is powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice a change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer than when they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideals of DeLorean humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? These are the ideals of the Coalition, the Moralist, and International. Those guys are signal blue, and they're not only good, they're also powerful. What will it be like once their nuanced plans have been realized? I gotta look up these, I'm gonna do a little cheating here, but like, I wish it told you what the results would be before you finished researching and committed to a slot, a skill point. Alright, yeah, we'll do this one. I don't like these pants, though. No pants for me. Thank you. Let me go back to Roy for a second. Looking for something that takes the place of tape? For police business. The tape, we have boombox for sale that play. Check the shelves. DEI. There it is. Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. The prick depicts a muzzled man striding towards you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Heimdall burning. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar. Let's see what the man in his t-shirt. It's the man from Heimdall. Walking away from his burning village, yes. Your matter-of-fact tone belies your surprise at the fact that you didn't recognize the figure on the print. Remind me, who's the man from Heimdall again? The Man from Heimdall is the hero series of popular books based on the official series of Cat Law. Mostly what it is nowadays, arted NFT. In fact, he leans in. Most people don't even think that Man from Heimdall ever really existed, but they're wrong. Lieutenant raises a brow. Heimdall isn't a real place. Neither is the man or a real man, of course, but both the man and Heimdall are an ontological necessity. He stops abruptly, but hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about. What do you mean the man from Heimdall is real? I mean, even if the man from Heimdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really. Okay, he sounds incredulous. You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All it's required is a more robust understanding of the cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Cat Law, although not quite as far as the Heimdall, and watched the northern... Though not quite as far north as Heimdall, and watched the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique energetic tides there. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say. How much are you selling this for? 2 riel. Lieutenant raised his eyebrows. That's dirt cheap. Could you just give it me for free then? He frowns, but why? Guess I can't really think of a good reason. Just reply it then. It's not expensive. Oh yeah. I'm buying that. Fuck yeah. Man from Heimdall is standing in front of a burning village, dual wielding his ever-present Savai hunters. His muscles look ready to burst out of the two-dimensional print into your three-dimensional life. Hell yeah, brother. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Win her back? Yes, buy something nice, a figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. Big men on big horses clad in lamellar armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers with the blink of an eye. Who are they? Franco-Nigerian knights. He looks at the dusty figurines in the dim light. I used to be very serious about these guys. A long, long time ago. Okay, where's the boombox? Here we are. The boombox on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with unblinking eyes. Their tape reels. Stand tips your toes to see more. One especially catches your eye: deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you, golden orange. The sunset sweet. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Shopkeep, the Stereo 8 approved machine here. It's the Harman Wowshi W02 made in Vesper, designed in CL. He says, CL. He says, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. You sure it's all in working order? Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds, and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music. Can I just play a tape on one of the boomboxes real quick? Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. Never have, never won't now. Never have, won't now. Can I get a discount on this boombox? A police discount? A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real. Just don't ask him for the smallest amount. You'll insult him. The others will work. I'm not a jerk ass. Let's make it 10 real. Sounds like a ripoff, but okay. I can make it 10, but no lower. As for discount, here's the money. Here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes. Alright, let's see what foul nonsense is on this tape. Porter reel is just what you needed. The reel is attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rounded behind the magnetic reel. Reader. "10 minutes in the pants made you a moralist. The pants, man, the pants. Equip the centrist pants." The Porter reel is just what you need. The reel is attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Play the tape. You push commence here, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds filled the air. "This isn't Revachol," a man's voice says. "This is some fucking village. You can almost see the elephants." Another loud screech, some kind of machinery. The harbor. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. The sound of a Falsen crane. More stat. How do you know that? "When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier the apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too." "Gotta rent a room, Cordy. A real nice one. This part is unintelligible. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco on the counter. You know, the dancer whore upstairs. Do it Koi Hoi style." Never did get that taste out of my mouth. A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty. The lieutenant presses a button marked "Arrêter" on your Porter reel. The tape stops spinning. Was that the very end? Silence? End the recording. What do you think? Seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off their shortwave and edited to seem more incriminating. Sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. I agree, he all sounded inebriated. Still, the lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with his look now. It's a look of suspicion. There's more going on here than we know. But you did say he was going to do it. You can't edit words in someone's mouth. Indeed, but the lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with his look. Yeah. Who is Cordy? One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his? And what's Kohoi? Village on the Sumerian Isla in South Safri. Grad committed war crimes there. Kind of thing he talks about. You think he was there? Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service. Okay, then what now? You got a few more questions for Classy, don't you? He looks around. This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree. Just take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even. Yeah, she's up there. Okay. I wasn't gonna go all the way up there if she wasn't. Close the door on her, cop. Tyus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states intended to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down. With a soft ring, the porcelain meets the metal table. Did he? A smile flits across her face. Never said he was a good man or that he had good intentions, only that it was never bad to me. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a decryption station. It's authentic enough. Did he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? She arches her brow. Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoy style? Kohoy was mentioned. He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoy. It was in his everything. I say things like that, Machismo? Yes, was he bragging? Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, then integrated them into his ideal of normalcy to keep on living, till they just sort of turned into his. She thinks, what's the word I'm looking for? Persona? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like he didn't even get the good bits. All these punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the 70s conflict, the Kohoy massacre, and the 36 famine, and yes, it all rolled into one person, then cast an Oranese ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. Machismo. Did I do it wrong again? No. Oh my god. Machismo. Machismo? There ain't no cheese here. What are you talking about, machismo? You want mo cheese? You can get it somewhere else. You spend time with this person, romantically? We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoy here. You tell you had actually done any of those things here in Martinez, I mean? No, we were too busy laying waste to our own nervous system to direct any of the fury outward, he seemed. She thinks. He seemed happy, I guess, at ease, as much a man like him could be. There was a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. He turns to you. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Tyus Hardy has to say now. Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name? Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely. A nickname? I guessed. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad, that's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook. and tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of puzzle of flesh. Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. In Orange, officer. It's I think municipality is the term? A nowhere town there. The Lelystad municipality has a few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head like he just missed the shot in darts. It means his race was accidental, not mondial. I'll update the form. You were both from Orange? Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that. And from another part of Orange, Eric. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us there wasn't Orange. It was bad habits. So you can't get on me for mispronouncing any of these words because they're all made up. Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also sildenafil. Sildenafil. How old was he, miss? He was 42. 42, are you sure? I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no. Memory makes her smile. Even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. We're slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up. The lieutenant makes a correction in his notes. The adversary won. What adversary? His eye color? Machismo's a real word, though. But I was talking about the other words I'm not pronouncing right. Blue, light blue. They were like... She stops, her eyes half closed, and continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing, she takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly, and he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising with all the scarring. It was quite something watching him speak. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. She seemed to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away at some strange smile. That and those eyes. Ah, yes, the lieutenant suddenly remembers. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine. Made it oily, not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Ah, she smiles. That. Clearly she liked it. It was an Orionese map of the waterways? Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. Showing off to chicks? How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out in the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like... She points to the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And he says, she lowers her voice comically, that was too hardcore, don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there, killed some loincloths. So it goes, star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. You were the woman in this? Oh yeah. She nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? No thank you, she does not take it. I've seen enough of them dead, I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some more coffee. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orange needs the people killed, so they turn him into a grotesque killer for money. He went to Killer Academy, and that's a stupid name, in Redfort. Then he killed some people on the 17 islands. And on the other islands, too. All the islands. After he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Not a very fun story. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. She smiles faintly. Change the topic. Pretty sure it's not actually called that. Well, I'm going to pretend it is until I'm proven otherwise. Could it be love that did him in? Very well could be, yes. What do you mean? What do I mean? She raised an eyebrow. I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? Okay, then another question. Something miraculous is coming, he told me. Lieutenant blinks, his expression does not change. Alright, let's see where this is going. I'm way out in the northwest, he told me. Cool. Okay. We wrote a toxicology report. Any idea where that will show us? A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet, she grins. Barbiturates, amphetamines, sildenafil. Hear that? Sildenafil, just like you expect. You have a great nose for this stuff. What is sildenafil? It's for maintaining an erection. Uppers are vasoconstrictors, so that feat becomes problematic. Okay, and why do I know this? Because you're a scientist, of course. How much does that toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that, save you some money, make some myself. It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now. I think we're finished with the line of questioning. Alright, the lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. I need to slow down. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? That's what she said, yes. Below the damage, the weakness of decomposition, all those swollen indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old? Where's this going? How old are you? This is where it's going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left as disfigurement. What lies beneath, you wonder. You could ask either one of them. Kim, how old do you think I am? Huh? The lieutenant isn't quite sure he heard you. How old do I look? How old? 58? What if you're wrong? We were both wrong about the deceased. He turns out to be 40. 42, and he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. You're right. I'm probably 62. Let's leave it at that. I didn't say 62. I said 58. He squints, looking at you for a second. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth. To the laboratorium. Oh, it's C. Alice. Okay. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? Ah, she doesn't know what Cialis is. Oh no. We've exposed her to the forbidden knowledge. Oh wait, hold on. Titus Hordy. Hopefully I don't end up killing myself again. Okay, we're gonna do this and then we'll probably call it. It's you again, he acknowledges you gruffly. What is it? Found somebody who saw the hanging, a witness. A witness? The tall man crosses his arms on his chest. You ain't got shit. The locals will never come to you with this. That's just cop tactics, Titus. Next thing I'll tell you, one of us already rolled and the other's in his witness protection. My witness isn't a local. Titus scratches the back of his head and asks, well, let's hear it then. Who's your mystery fella? He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised. This goes without saying, but nonetheless don't give out his name. Let's just say he's a high-ranking government official and leave it at that. Yeah, right. Like, we wouldn't know that if an MI plant was in our town. Oh yeah, you didn't know that a guy from Moral Intern was in the fucking apartments, banging some random guy. Titus looks over his shoulders to his men. Nice try, right? MI is short for Moral Intern. Moral Intern is short for Moralist International Coalition that runs throughout all. I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing, they're desperate. Turns to you. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims do you make? Witness said he saw 2 people of Aeropagite descent and 1 Mesk. Aeropagite, he starts laughing. Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo. Well, yeah. Titus, not what's confusing you. Eugene, Theo, and Allian were there too. I already told you, we were all there. Down very quietly, and they're shouting the commotion. It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like fucking brass band. The Hardy Boys are dead silent. Yes, like they put cowbells in you before they send you to the streets, says provokingly. What's the cowbells, policeman? Surreal play. Those flash and MI cops their culture language. The mess spits on the ground angrily. Everything's a surreal play or sublime whatever. Doesn't mean anything. It means the whole scene was long and drawn out like it was from a film. What's this fella's problem? The little guy addresses everyone and no one. Sorry, we didn't make it out more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see. Shanky. It's Shanky, right? He doesn't wait for an answer. Thought there'd be something wrong with the lynching story. Now I know there was. You know shit. I know you're lying, Shanky, he writes in his notebook. You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the people inside of it. Enough for other witnesses. Some witness. I pulled the same shit, came up with the same shit, and then went and said it to people. Gotta get a reaction. You don't have to go to cop school to try that. You don't have to go to school for shit. I never went to school, I'm doing great. Doing a hell of a job, man. Talk to Klasky about the tape. And? He tenses immediately. Chest tightens, jaw sets, ready for another blow. And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker. He stares at the beer for 2 seconds intently, and then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I'll give you gold in that tape. She pretty much laughed it off, Titus. Fucking fuckity fucker. He shakes his head in disbelief. What did she say then? That it's fine? People are supposed to be like that? Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. Yes, in fact, Lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny? Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. Oh, good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. He slams his giant fist in the doorframe. All fucking righty then. Guess it's good then, that fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a bit softer than earlier. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? Titus rubs his chin with his palm as if trying to grind it smooth. Women are crazy, irrational, that's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump. You know what I think? Women are crazy, man. You can say that again, Copper. He'll his giant fist right here. Here we go. Bump it hard. Bump it hard. Your fist connects with his hard. The slam is audible. You can almost hear his bones ring. Your knuckles tingle life-affirmingly. And now you, Binoclard. His voice is chummy as he turns to the lieutenant. Lieutenant adjusts his glasses, then extends his curled fist and taps Titus's bruised knuckles. A bond has been formed. Female hysteria added again. Not bad. Maybe she isn't who who you thought she was. Nah, I know her. She looks upstairs, distracted. She's just a girl in or over her head. She's not some helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough. Handled him? He balked. She got in some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of. Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. He taps on his notebook. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said fuck off. He throws his beer can down. Lying, scamming, we're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah. There's silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to. On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it. This is quiet funeral shit. We need some beers in us. Looks around. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dockworkers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers? Now we're talking. Glenn livens up. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. Oh, shit. Window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they'll be. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Take off the hat. Here we go. Surreal play, strange reaction to bullet, Everard asked to cooperate, Angus kinetic pressure, warned about the tribunal, against Ain't Hardy. There's a lot of modifiers for this, okay. Convince Titus he's being manipulated. Yes. Convince Titus he's being manipulated? You should know by now, Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might. One of his boys will. Fat Angus, the powerful guy, Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Clausy. It's about these men in Martinez, the district, their responsibility. Outside in the midday sun, ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind. That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim. Huh? Lieutenant raises his brow. He'll get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they'll just kill you because they don't like you. Got it. He takes out his notebook. Kill you because they don't like you? All because of some chick. A wince. It's involuntary. Bring that up one more time and you won't get to write that report. Yes, I understand, Elaine. That's your name, right? Elaine? You'll kill us. He scratches his notebook. That's what they do in the wild north. They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember. It wasn't that. It wasn't... The fat man says with a wheeze. We didn't shoot him. That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the officer. You will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. He's on to you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo. Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when... Shut up, Angus. He was dead before you hanged him? Fatty, little guy hits Angus in the back of the head. A loud slap. Say one more thing to the cops and I'll... Dennis, Titus roars. Stand down or I'll beat your head in. Theo, he points to the old man. Take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. Man should not die for the third time while talking to these guys. Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. Grabs his chest. I'm sorry. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Lizzie snaps at him. Now it's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. She turns to him. I told you to just give her up. Lizzie, he turns to the fixer. Your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard. Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast, she walks off without looking back. Oh, finally, we live. What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Question. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead. He nods. You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head. Another nod. Why? Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit. Did she kill him? Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. He doesn't think she did, or at least hopes she didn't. What happened Sunday night? Clausy came down. He points to the stairs. She seemed really out of it, drugged up even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know, not in a fun way. Looked like she'd been redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. How'd you know? Done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario, only in reverse. Good analogy, boss. The rat-faced man snickers. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. He points to him. You're still on the bench. You keep taking it easy too, Angus. He turns back to you. That's okay with the fat man still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to. What happened then? He went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. Tibbs patched the window and the corpse we hanged. Who's Tibbs? The 8 Hardy? Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. Clausy didn't kill him by the cover-up. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about? The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her from the old world where she came from. These people, who are they? They're powerful. He looks out the window, connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. She says if she showed up in your system, she'd be ghosted away. Why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder? Why would I? He shrugged. I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and looters here. It's a Martinez thing. So who killed the merc then? Any leads? Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside behind the window somewhere, so that's a clue. What are you thinking? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his. Hers, you mean? I mean the people after Clausy. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her? I like that, the young guy nods. Been thinking the same thing myself. You got ideas about his past, too? I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Krenel. He paused to think. Tell you what I'd do. I'd check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. Whose idea was to hang him anyway? Hers? In a manner of speaking. What do you mean? We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message. It's her, isn't it? The truck driver, the missing 8th Hardy. The big guy steps toward you. Fella, you think too much. Ease off, alright? You're gonna hurt your head. A little too far there, but you're definitely right. Woman was just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her anyway. You're gonna stonewall me if I ask more about her, aren't you? Glad you understand that, yeah. Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time. You do that. He grabs his beer and swirls in his hand, but then thinks of something. Hey, cop, before you go. Suddenly the wind picks up outside, and you hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling and rags in the warm column. He looks up. Clausy came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now she refused that protection, but you would still prefer it if we didn't take her away. That's right. If we didn't take care of people who ended up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and cargo containers. We'll take that into account. Lieutenant slides the notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. The kingdom of conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one like a child's toilet on the carpet. The toilet must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Such has been change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it, look up at the sky at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And the answer, no. God is in his heaven, everything is normal on earth. Yes, this is very good actually. Alright, put the hat back on. What's the time? Oh yeah, we're good. Oh, my throat is tired. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Thank you all for coming. Good night. God bless. Thank you. Thank you.